Hello everyone. You got the Bub031 here again, and we're going to be doing another layout tour for the month of April at Ottawa Valley Hotrak. We'll see if there's anything new and show you around. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So for the month of April, there was really only one choke point out of this layout, and that was at St. Anthony's Yard in Wycliffe. That's where you were only able to do single track. As well, you had to cross over at M&O Junction to get back right-hand running. But as you can see, just in these still shots right here, there was a lot of people at the club this weekend. So many people. So, let's get to work. So we have the superintendent's table here where all your train orders and your job list is. As well, there's our log for how many trains, and there's your train pass. We also have our passenger passes as well, and all local numbers go on the board to what is on the layout. And then anytime a local train is taken out, it is taken off the magnetic stem, so that we know that it's being used. Nice shot of a Diet Pepsi. So we're going to start off in the yard. We are moving east. There's our yardmaster. We're just passing the intermodal yard right now of Ottawa East, and now we're going over Moccasin Bridge and around Bell's Corners. And just right over there, as soon as you cross over, that is Prescott right there. We'll just cross over this area. So we're now at Prescott. Then we come over to a station stop and an interchange at Bayview Junction. And then we cross over the Jock River, which has a single crossover. And then we're coming around to Colonnade, a propane industry and asphalt industry, and as well sometimes the track going straight out is used as an interchange. We're now looking at three bridges, and Mud Creek and Timber Grove on the end. And then we're moving around to Ottawa River, nice big long sweeping curve bridge. With Mandrake with a single car stop, and now we're looking at Castor River, which is a big area to work around. Usually you got to pick up the train here, go to the yard, bring it back to Castor River, and then you got to do switching with Castor River. And then you got to bring your engines back as light power. All electronic switching. We're now at York River, which has a gravel industry. Then we come around St. Lawrence River with another big curb bridge. And now we're at Wilkes Crossing, where there's a brick and distillery. And now MP Foods, another main industry on the layout for switching. Two trains usually get work out of here. And then coming past Finch, we had an old rail bed, and then back to Three Bridges. And then back around. Gotta love it when a train goes right by you. So we're back at the yard again, and now we're moving to the West Loop. And as you can see, we got a lot of trains in the passenger terminal, and a lot of units sitting in the engine yard. Lots of heavy alco power and steam. We're now crossing Rideau River, and now we're moving up to Glen Tay, which is a bottling facility and an interchange track as well. Once we hit the crossing here, we're going to be sitting here because we got a passenger train coming through. So we're just going to sit back and watch this guy come through. Sorry, there's no sound for this one. That was lovely. Okay, we're going to move now into St. Anthony's Yard. Basically, this is an interchange area, but it's also a place where you can actually have your own train, sit back, relax while you go take a break. And it's a big yard. And now we're at Wycliffe, coming around Wycliffe and M&O Junction. There is a choke. That was a choke point there for the single track. So really, there's a crossover right here that you got to come back right hand running. And we just passed Elwood, and now we're coming around Pine Point. A sharp curve. And now we're moving into Mine Clog Hug. Turntable doesn't really work that much anymore, but it's there for track cleaning and all that. And there's a couple of industries here you can work out to actually do interchange. And then we're coming over the hotbox. And yes, this is a talking hotbox. We'll be going through that in a second there once the actual locomotive comes through. So, the sensor picks up everything, so it picked up the pilot. Alright, we're going to continue on. We just passed Brewer's Mills, and now we're at Fallowfield Station. Big, long, sweeping curve. This is a fun one with a passenger train to have. And now we are passing Gary, which is a crossover area. Now we're at Point Pierre. Another sharp curve. Coming up to Willowdale, and then Green Valley, which is a pull off with one industry. We do then cross over at Chalk River, and now we're coming into South Keys Station. And after South Keys Station, basically that's the end of the West Loop, and back down M&O Junction, back to Wycliffe, back on the main, which we see here. Now we're going to be moving down the branch line. So if you're coming down and coming to the left, which is I'm going, you'll be coming down a long branch line. Here is Beachburg Siding, and then we have Chalk River, Algonquin Park. My apologies. Nice big sweeping curve. With the Deerfield crossover. And then we're up to Cremona, which it has a track that goes to the back to the fill yard. And then we come into Rock Cut, which will then take us to Jackfish Bay and around. Now we're coming through Jackfish Bay Tunnel. We cross over White River. And then Anderson Bridge, which is a single bridge. Coming into Stillwater, which comes back to double main line. And then we're in Mason Creek, which there's quite a bit of an industry here you have to switch out. And then we have Spencer's Gap, and then Apple Hill, and then right at the end, Timber Grove. The other one was Mandrake, my apologies. As well, we have the turntable. So the other triangle piece that was out was Maryville. And here is the back of the fiddle yard, where you can put your own trains down, take them out on the layout, and then bring them back. You can't keep anything stored on here for long. And here, down at the bottom, this is what runs the entire layout, is this system. You can see how much electronics is involved, as well a laptop with a computer. And if you have a cell phone with the actual throttles, that's how you also run it off that system right there. So that is the Wi-Fi to run the throttles. So we're at the yardmaster's desk, and of course you weigh cars, you check your length, So the other word the laptop was, that was actually the roadmaster's table. Some spare cars just in case we have broken cars. And here is the back of the yardmaster as always, where you can get a set of locals. And there's our yardmaster right there, just doing some switching in the yard as well, because there are some stuff that you do have to switch in the yard that comes on a train that comes back. So that's going to be pretty much it for this one. And there are the yardmaster jobs. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming on this journey. So we're going to wrap this up here. Okay, everyone, that's going to be it for this layout tour for the month of April at the Ottawa Valley Hotrak Rail Club. Thank you all for watching, and as always, make sure the signal's green and keep moving down the line.